Sheep farming has traditionally been one of the biggest contributors to the New Zealand economy, and usually driven by males. But in Dunedin, in the South Island of New Zealand, lives a woman who has transformed her life. She's embarked on a journey to become a successful sheep farmer. Wendy Campbell decided to be a farmer a few years ago.
Well, when I turned 40, I thought I don't want to stay in the same job forever, and I didn't want to grow old in the classroom and grey. I thought of all the things I could possibly do. Couldn't think of many things I could do. I knew I could probably farm.
But being a woman farmer can be challenging.
Farming sector is fairly sexist, being talked down to a lot. That's one of the issues. I think you're dealing with strength issues, so you have to find ways around things. But to counterbalance that, you've got I think women have a lot of love for animals and natural methods of handling them, and I think those strengths are very important. The other thing I like about it is the business challenge of running a good, sound business, trying to guess what your markets are going to do, and then preparing and running the business according to what sort of income you're going to get, because in the farming sector you don't know from one year to the next how much you're going to get for your lamb, how much you're going to get for your wool, or whatever it happens to be.
Wendy has 3 farms, and once a year her sheep need crutching at the Abbotsford farm. And she gets the help of the hard-working crutching gang. Crutching is the removal of wool from around the tail and between the rear legs. It's an important process that keeps the area dry and less attractive to blowfly strike. Another advantage of crutching is it helps pre-lambing and provides the newborn lamb with a clean suckling area. At the Hindon farm, the shearing is done before lambing, as the stresses of bearing and raising lambs can weaken the wool and lower its value.
The shearing we're doing once a year now, but the cost of shearing got very high, so we put it back to once a year. The lambing causes a little bit of a break in the wool, so from a wool quality angle, pre-lamb is probably some of your best wool.
And in colder regions like Otago, they leave just enough wool for protection from the harsh winter.
We use what's called a lifter comb, which is takes the wool off up the back of the sheep, so it's left with a little layer of wool. And we save up paddocks that have got good shelter and make sure they've got good feed in them. So, because feeding is very important at that time of the year, because they use more grass to keep them warm if you're taking their wool off. So it's very important to keep that feed up to them.
One bag of wool is sold for around $800 and usually exported to China to produce kapa. Working on the farm can be hard work, but Wendy gets extra help.
Well, I'm not really a farmer by myself because I've got 3 lovely staff. Haven't I, Rex?
Of course.
yeah, you say, of course you would say that.
When I first started, people actually said to me, "You going to work for Wendy?" And I said yes, and they said, "Good luck." That's the sort of reputation that she had. But that was because of having to start off as a lady in a man's world, you might say, in farming. But I soon learnt that, I can actually remember one incident right at the start. We had the portable pump and we were trying to pump some water with this portable pump. We couldn't get the PTO shaft on, and I couldn't get it on, and next minute Wendy says, let me have a go. Next minute she's sitting down in the mud with her bum in the mud, squeezed into this tiny wee space, and she couldn't get on either. But that's neither the point, but it did prove to me she'll have a go at anything, and that's been what it's like ever since. So we have each other on, and yeah, real good.
Good morning, girls.
At the Waihola farm, Wendy and Rex are preparing the sheep for vaccination.
This morning we've been vaccinating the single-bearing ewes. We're vaccinating them for some of the diseases associated around lambing, also giving them a bit of selenium because this is a selenium deficient area.
About 30% of farmed land in New Zealand is considered to be low in selenium. Deficiency in selenium can reduce the production of wool, reduce ewe fertility, cause white muscle disease, and reduce immune response, especially when they are expecting twins.
There's a lot of stress on their bodies because of, especially the twin-bearing ewes. Before birth, they're feeding them and growing them in their bellies, and then of course when they come out they're feeding them. So there's a lot of demand on the ewe in that time. So we try to get her presented as best we can.
As spring approaches in Otago, the lambing season is well underway.
How many? We tailed 9,000 lambs last year. And it was unbelievable, but it was 9,000 on the dot.
Wendy enjoys the freedom of being a farmer, and she enjoys the challenge of trying to catch lambs for tagging.
I'm going to try and squeeze them in that gate and catch them. Leave it, Jake.
Tagging the lambs helps to record their identity, DNA traceability, and make it easier to find their mother if they run away. Wendy enjoys the farming life and the animals, but what does the future look like?
You can't afford to look too far ahead at my age. I'm 68, so I probably should be retired, but I'm thinking ahead 5 years at any rate. By then I think my body will be pretty worn out. It sometimes feels at the end of the day pretty worn out now. As long as I'm enjoying it, and as long as I tell myself I've got to run that business at least as well as a younger person, otherwise I should ship out. So.
Is there anything else would you like to add?
No! That's what they call a closed question, not an open-ended one. That's my English coming through.